So as an example, if you're a nonfiction author who's looking to build up a resume and build up connections in a particular area, then maybe you want to think about a solo show.
So the first question that I have here is, and we've kind of covered this, but feel free to share anything else that you like. Why should authors consider podcasting, and what are the advantages to podcasting in particular as a medium?
Well, I think we have covered sort of in general podcasting. I think that the next there's sort of levels that you need to think through if you're thinking of podcasting. And anyone who's looking for a tool to work through this can go to theindyauthor.com and then click on the tab called Podcasting for Authors. And there's a document in there that summarizes some questions that I ask at the end of each chapter of the book. I call it the captain's log because I love nautical metaphors for the writing craft and the publishing voyage.
Great.
And so I think that one of the next considerations, like after you've thought about is podcasting for me, would be what your goals are, either your personal or your creative or business goals. So as an example, if you're a nonfiction author who's looking to build up a resume and build up connections in a particular area, then maybe you want to think about a solo show. Maybe you want your podcast to be you talking about your area of expertise, because that kind of maximizes the face time you have or the ear time you have with your followers or your potential clients. If you're looking to network, which was my primary impetus when I started the podcast, and also I would say continues to be one of my primary goals, you might want to look at an interview show. You have to look at the format that's going to lend itself to your goals. So my favorite part of doing the podcast is getting to chat with people. And so, a solo show wouldn't work for me. If you're looking to build a community among other like-minded and like-skilled people in your area, then maybe you pair up with someone and you're building a deep relationship with that person, maybe deepening a relationship you already have with them, and you're sort of sharing the information that you're discussing as, a little extra. So you definitely I don't think that there's like a right or wrong way to go about a podcast, a right or wrong reason for wanting to do a podcast, but it is a matter of making sure you align what you want to achieve with the way you go about it. So if you have monetization as a goal for your podcast, it's not going to work for you to put out an episode whenever you kind of feel like it. The expectation is that you're putting out a podcast, a professional podcast on a regular schedule, probably weekly. And it's the people who become used to that rhythm and used to that connection on that regular schedule who are most likely to, for example, support your work through patronage, or who might, companies who might be looking for that kind of regularity and professionalism in order to consider becoming a sponsor for your podcast.